the Looney Tunes characters, of course the first ones you'd think about are Bugs, Daffy, Sylvester and Tweety, or Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. They are the guys that set the standards of Looney Tunes cartoons and have climbed up the ranks to become some of the most beloved and iconic characters of animation. However, just because they are the most popular doesn't mean that they are the first. There was one who set up everything at the Warner Brothers for all the other characters to come in and have their time to shine as much as he did when he first came in. Before Sylvester and Tweety, before Daffy Duck, and before Bugs Bunny, there was Porky Pig. On the surface, Porky is more of your normal sidekick, often casted as the straight man and just an all-around good guy. What does make him stand out from the rest, though, is that he has a bad case of stuttering.
Are you really the last of the dodos? If we're late again, we lose our we'll get canned. Hello, Mr. Hello, Leon. Prithee, the traveling clown. I know you're all set, your hero ship, sir.
Considering how we're dealing with one of the Looney Tunes' first big stars, we're gonna go all the way back to the very beginning. In the early 1930s, to be exact, Warner Brothers had lost their first star, Bosco, in 1933, and the only character they could use at the time to keep the Looney Tunes name afloat was a bland boy named Buddy. As you can tell, Leon Schlesinger and Warner Brothers were in desperate need for a cartoon star. It wouldn't be until March 9th, 1935 that they finally got their answer in the form of a cartoon called I Haven't Got a Hat. In the cartoon, it introduced many characters that would have potential, including Little Kitty, Oliver Owl, Beans the Cat, Ham and X, and of course, Porky Pig, named after two childhood classmates that Fritz Freeling had, nicknamed Porky and Piggy.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear the midnight.
In order to kickstart Porky's voice, the crew hired an actor with a real stuttering problem, Joe Doherty. After the cartoon, they knew that they finally have the star they were looking for that can replace Buddy. That's right, they were gonna make Beans a household name. And maybe put Porky on the side, or just have a few cameos, whatever. It's not like he's important or something. Between 1935 and 1936, Warner Brothers really tried to push Beans into stardom by giving him 10 additional cartoons. But during that time, they realized that the real reason why audiences kept on coming was not because of the cat, but because of the pig. The proof was even in the cartoons themselves, like Tex Avery's first Warner Brothers cartoon, the 1935 Gold Diggers of 49. After 1936 Westward Woe, the crew finally decided to drop the Beans and go straight to the pig, to finally have their first real cartoon star. However, the only catch that comes with it is that none of the animators are fully sure of who Porky is, down to the point that he would often be portrayed as both a kid and an adult. But then, everything changed when Bob Clampett came into the scene. Not only did he fix up Porky's age as a young adult, but also defined his personality and design by making his head bigger and his waist smaller. The way that Clampett truly made his mark with Porky was with the 1938 cartoon Porky in Wackyland. Even Porky's voice was fully defined during that time. Because it became near impossible and too expensive to work with Doherty since it would take him hours to get his lines out, he had to be replaced with a new voice actor at the time, Mel Blanc, who still retained the stuttering quality, but give it a comedic spin to make it more endearing.
Don't worry, it's not loaded. We'll watch.
He even went to get his own girlfriend a la Minnie Mouse with Petunia Pig, starting with 1937's Porky's Romance by Frank Tashlin. When the cartoon Rover's Rival came along, it would be the first time that Porky would deliver his signature outro by coming out of the bass drum and telling the audience, "That's all, folks." However, Porky's name and stardom would soon be casted on the side when 1937's Porky's Duck Hunt was released, as it introduced their second big star and the show stealer of the tune, Daffy Duck. this would become the template of Porky's career. Rarely would he even get a chance to appear as the star of his own cartoon. Even Petunia was quickly out of the picture and would only make appearances in merchandising. He always has to be the straight man and let others like Daffy Duck, Charlie Dog, and Sylvester get all the funny parts.
Oh, son of a gun.
However, there are some upsides for Porky's position, for he is no ordinary straight man. He is everybody's favorite straight man. Since Porky is the first big Looney Tunes star, the guys at Termite Terrace would always feature him in their cartoons for sentimental reasons. On top of that, it would give Porky a great chance to appear in many of some of the best Looney Tunes cartoons, including 1951's Drip Along Daffy, 1958's Robin Hood Daffy, and of course, 1953's Duck Dodgers and the 24th and a half century. He was used so frequently that he ended up being featured in a total of 156 cartoons in the Golden Era, making him the second most frequently used Looney Tunes character. After he would make the cartoons, Porky would be showing them on television in 1964's The Porky Pig Show and the 1971 Porky Pig and Friends. Things wouldn't get up and running again once the 90s rolled along. Actually, before that, he would team up with Tinkerbell to close off Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That's all, folks.
He would then go and have some prominent roles on television, being the mentor of Hampton J. Pig in Tiny Toons Adventures, and be one of the stars as the eager young space cadet in 2003's Duck Dodgers. In 1995, Porky would actually go star in his own video game called Porky's Haunted Holiday, that critics say that it looks great, but it's a little too short and easy. As for his classic cartoons, they would be recognized as some of the best. In the book, The 50 Greatest Cartoons, Porky would appear 3 times at number 34 with You Oughta Be in Pictures, number 8 with Porky in Wacky Land, and number 4 with Duck Dodgers and the 24th and a half century. In fact, Porky in Wacky Land would go into the National Film Registry in 2000 and go into number 47 on TV Guide's Top 50 Cartoon Characters. In almost every cartoon he was in, he always has to come second to the funny guy like Daffy Duck. But no matter what, he will always be the first major Looney Tunes star.
That's all, folks.
See you later, dudes!
You thought I was gonna say, son of a bitch, didn't you?